What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. This interview is brought to you by the Jank Barbecue, best barbecue in Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you a college football legend, one of the best D linemen. And I'm just going to say this. He's not getting enough love and respect, man. This guy, what you see on tape, you're going to find out today why they call him Clamps. Because when he puts the clamps on you, it's all over. Guys, this is one of the best D linemen in this year's draft. But today, obviously, you see what's on film, but we're going to get to know the man beneath the helmet, and that is none other than Evan Anderson. Evan, how are you today, man?
I'm doing good.
Man, take us from the beginning, man. You're from West Orlando originally, is that right?
I'm from West Orlando, Florida.
Man, that is awesome, man. Shout out to the 407-321. That's my town, too. Man, take us from the beginning. What was it like growing up, playing football, and ultimately, when did you first fall in love with the game of football?
So when I first fell in love with football, I really don't know. I feel like I was just born in love with football ever since I was a kid. Like anybody that knows me will tell you the same thing. Like I always loved football, always had a passion for it. Like I always went hard since I was a kid. Like I used to walk from my house to, if you're from Orlando, you know I walk from my house to Barnett Park in elementary school just to work out. So I always had love for the game. I was just born to play football. But growing up in West Orlando, it was smooth. Everybody was looking up to Chris Johnson. That's what everybody wanted to be like. Still want to be like him. But
he's amazing.
Yeah, just growing up, it was smooth. My granddad played in the NFL. My uncle played in the NFL. So it was just chasing greatness, wanting to be like them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And shout out to Chris Johnson. He's definitely an Orlando legend, man. Always does a lot of work in the community. I saw him in Metro West one time, actually, man. And man, he was shining, man. He looked great. Biggest necklace I ever seen in my life, man. That was cool. And now you say so NFL is really in your lineage, man. So not only do you put in the work, you're hungry, man, but you come from that tree, man. Tell us about your family members who were in the NFL.
My granddad played in the NFL. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
Out of the NFL into the Army. My Uncle Vic, he played for the Chargers and the Falcons for a little bit. And then my Uncle Melvin played for the Chargers.
Wow. So that's three family members, man. That's pretty cool, man.
All my cousins played Division I football, too. All my male cousins played Division I football.
Man, it's something in the water in Orlando, man. I tell you, man. Very cool. Now, in high school, you played O-line, and then you transitioned to D tackle, man. It looks like you've made the right decision, man. What was that transition like, man? Switching positions back in the day.
The transition wasn't really hard because I always wanted to play defensive line. I always wanted to be like Warren Sapp, Vince Wilfork, and Earl Campbell. He didn't play defensive line, but just had to throw that in there. But So when I switched to D-line, it was easy. It was more natural for me because in high school, I had like 20 offers at O-line, but like I didn't have no big offers. And when I was talking to my coach, I always asked him to play D-line, but he showed me Kalansi. He showed me his highlights to me. He was like, "You got to move."
He's cold. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "You got to move like him in order to play D-line." When he was at Northwestern, and I told him I could do it. And then he finally gave me a chance. My senior going to the spring, and I just exploded. I got like 15 offers in that spring for defensive line for the new position. And I was hearing interest from everybody like Alabama, North Carolina, Florida. Like a lot of teams come to see me at D-line when I had made the move. So it just worked out best for me, and I was able to use my aggression because when I played O-line, like I was always aggressive. Like I was taking people to the sideline, like on blind side. I was doing that in real games and stuff. So when I D-line, I was able to use my aggression more. So it just was able, like I was able to just play violent every play. I didn't have to really worry about like playing like timid. I could just go out there and smash.
Man, I love it. And we can definitely see that on film. It's funny. I noticed you shouted out Earl Campbell, man. He's a running back, but I will say there's a history of D linemen, Christian Wilkins, who's actually caught touchdowns for the Dolphins. Obviously, he's on the Raiders now, but you never know, man. You could be caught up. You could be in a scheme that could find yourself in the end zone one day.
Hope so. I was catching punts at FAU at the spring game.
Really? Oh, man. I would not want to try to tackle you, man. That would be brutal. It wouldn't be well for me. It wouldn't be well. Cool, man. And watching your tape, man, I love it because you're a big guy, right? But you're very athletic, and your hand movements are, I don't know if there's another D tackle has quite the hand movements that you do, man. If not, you're at least top 2, top 3. I mean, your hand movements are great. Your swim move, man. You dip your shoulder, man. Like You have multiple moves, man, when it comes to taking and getting to the quarterback. How did you develop that?
I developed those moves with Coach KP, Kevin Patrick. He at USF right now. He the one who
Okay.
recruited the FAU, and just working with him all the time, getting feedback, talking to him, sending him clips, him sending me clips, and just him keeping it real with me, because some people don't tell you what you need to work on. Some people try to like sugarcoat it versus him just telling me like my size, my speed, like certain moves will work for me and just perfect those moves. So we came up with the side swipe. Some people call them scissors. We came with the arm over because I'm shorter, so some guys got to lean down. The full snatch, and then we also added the hump because I got natural leverage, so I could rip one way and just throw a hump and have them cover them face. So just working with my coach and just going from my body details and what my body naturally is better at doing and what's better for me that will work.
Take us from how you got the nickname Clamps, man. Obviously, we see what's on film, but who gave you that name, and how did you what was the defining moment that led you to get that nickname?
So originally, I got that name because like if I grab something, I don't let it go. Like when I play O-line, like once I touch it, I won. It automatically won. I was at Jones, then I start going to camps. Like you can look this stuff up to this day. Like this is common knowledge. You can look up like how many reps and stuff I lost at these camps at O-line. So I start going like, O-line to the regional camps, like the Under Armour, the opening, what's the other one? The Rivals. And then I also got invited to the O-line, D-line big man camp at IMG in Bradenton, Florida.
Wow.
So I would go to those camps, and like when I went to Rivals camp, I didn't lose a rep. I went versus Javon Dexter. Like it's guys in the league I went versus at that camp at O-line. And then the camp guys like Clamps. They was like Clamps because some dudes from Orlando was there, and they was like Clamps. And then like I was locking everybody up, then the whole crowd, because I was always in the top 5 at every camp I went to for the O-line, D-line. So it'd be like top 5, all the kids getting hyped, right? Like, oh, let's go. So all the O-line be like, let's go, Clamps, let's go, Clamps. And then it just stuck with me. Everybody was like Clamps, and it just carried on throughout my career.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the best barbecue in the state of Texas, the Jank. Now this barbecue is in 4 delicious flavors, and they got some of the best dry rub in America. Guys, if you live in the state of Texas, in any HEB, you can now find the best barbecue in Texas on the shelves. No matter where you're at, all around the world, you can take and place an order down below right now in the description of this video. And guess what? It gets the Doug Smith cosign. Because, hey, y'all know, I don't play when it comes to barbecue. Place that order right now. Amazing. Now you play with such a high motor. I gotta ask, are there any like pre-game rituals that you do that like help for you to get your mind right before the game?
Pre-game rituals, I really don't like. Other than I pray on the 8, like when I go to the 8-yard line, take a knee, I pray on the 8.
Awesome.
That's really like the only pre-game ritual. Like when I play football, it's just like how I play. Like I made a mental note to myself, because like everything you do in life, if you want to get rich, is risky. Like even if you go to college, it's a risk that you might not pass, you might fail, you might go into debt with your student loans, whatever. And in football, it's just you could die. Like you go out there, break your neck, you can die. So I just put in my head when I go out there in the football field, like I put it all in mind. Like if I die on the field, I won't care. Like I'll be at peace. So I just go out there, just put everything on the line, and whatever happens, happens.
Definitely, man. It's definitely a gladiator sport for sure, man. No doubt. It's I feel like every year we're hearing about some real crazy injuries. So it's definitely good that you do that, man. Who are some, you kind of touched on this earlier, man, if you wanted to expand a little bit more on this, who are some players that you've modeled your game after?
Okay. Players I modeled my game after, Michael Pierce. That's a guy I study a lot. Like I like the way he played because he's so big and athletic, and he quick, he can make moves, and just how he used his leverage to work his pass moves, to set up his moves. And I'm liking Malik Collins. I think that's his name. I know his last name Collins. He's played for the Texans. I'm starting to watch him a lot now because I like how he get off the ball. He always hesitant, giving head movements, shoulder movements, no matter what. Even if it's a run play, so like keeps the O-lineman guessing. So he makes everything look the same. I like how he do that. I really like Grady Jarrett just because he's so explosive with his movements and how he get off and how he make moves, just how he set everything up, his complete game.
Yeah,
I say those are top 3. I like watching old guys like Vince Wilfork too, though. I love watching Vince Wilfork, his get off and his motor to the ball.
Man, that's the OG, man. That guy is just That's a household name when it comes to D tackle. For sure, man. Take me from what was your aha moment where you realized, like, man, I am not your average college football player, man. I'm really meant to do this. I'm really like that, as the young folks would say. What was your aha moment where you realized that you want to go pro one day?
My aha moment when I realized that, I would say just playing when we played Florida Gators when they had Anthony Richardson and those guys, Damian Pierce, just playing versus them because I was a sophomore, a true sophomore. Playing versus them would just show me because I was young. A lot of guys in my class wasn't playing yet, and I was playing versus like 6 years and stuff. So when I was going versus them and I seen how easy it was, I was like, yeah, I'm an NFL player. I know I can go to the next level because
Yeah.
I just went versus what they say the best, the SEC. At that time, they had their O-line like top 10 in the country, like on like the media and stuff. So when I went versus them, I was just like, yeah, it's no different. I can do this versus anybody.
That's amazing, man. What keeps you hungry, man? Because you really dominated at every single level, man. Where your O line, you dominated. D line transition, you dominated. You just gave an example how you dominated. But man, what keeps you hungry and what motivates you in life?
What keep me hungry, keep me motivated? Really, just like my teammates. That's one. I don't ever want to be the weakest link on the team. I don't ever want to be the guy they trying to get going or they need to show extra attention to. I just want to be the guy to push narrative. And also, it's just like my granddad always says, like a fight when you playing football.
Wow.
If you losing, you getting dominated. And I don't like. I hate losing. I'm a very competitive person, no matter what it is. Like we could be flipping coins or whatever. I'm very competitive, so that's just in me. I'm always fighting. And I just think that translates to football because as you watch film, I don't never give up. I don't lay down. Like I'm always try to give it to you, no matter what the score is, no matter what. I'm always try to step.
Amazing, man. Dude, you're a magician out there, man. You will find a way, find a trick, whatever it is, to take and get to the backfield and make that play, man. So that's amazing. How has your training been going so far, man? Where are you training at right now?
I'm training good right now. I'm training with Joy Grosser at FAU, but for pro day, I was training with Pete Bomarito in Davie, Florida. It's going good. I'm toning up, getting in football shape, and just getting better 1% every day. Just trying to push the agenda.
Love it, man. I love it. Once your name is called, man. And by the way, whether you land on my favorite team or not, you got a fan of me for life, dude, because you're such an amazing player and just an even better person. But once your name is called, whether it's day 1, 2, 3, somewhere in the mix of there, what are some of your goals year 1 in the NFL?
Year 1 in the NFL, I would say my goal is to go to a Super Bowl and crack the starting lineup. I want to show out the gate who I am. Like I want to build early, like I've been doing my whole life. Just start off hot and just work my way to the top and just show them who I am.
Amazing, amazing. And are there any favorite schemes that you have? Some people like the 4-3 defense. Some people like the 3-4. Some people line up in the 4 stance. Are there any like favorite schemes that you have?
No, sure, I don't have a preference with scheme because like since I've been in college, well, really since I played D line, ever since I played D line, every year I had a new DC, so I never really got a chance to like learn the defense in and out or play a defense in and out. Like it was always we learning the plays throughout the season. It was never just like, okay, we get to do this. We did this one year, next year we go do this and build off of what we. It was always a new playbook. So I never really got to like have a sit down in one defense and be like, okay, I like this defense versus that defense. It's always been like 1 year 3-4, next year 4-3. 1 year we blitz, next year we go run a lot of nickel. So I really don't have a preference. I just like playing football.
Love it, man. I love it. Well, what was your biggest lesson while being at FAU?
My biggest lesson while being at FAU is just stay the course. That's really it. Just be where you feel at, because a lot of people wanted me to transfer. A lot of how it is, like offering crazy NIL and stuff. But you
Yeah,
always got to know where you at, what your goal is. Like I know my goal since I was a kid. I always wanted to go to the NFL. I never wanted to be the highest paid college football player in the world. Like I always wanted to be an NFL player. That was my thing. I wanted to be at the next level. I wanted to win where I started at and just build there. So I would just say that's the thing. Just be where your feet at and stay committed if you really love it, man.
love it, man. And obviously, you've had a lot of special moments, a lot of big plays. Dang near do a movie on your life, man. What would you say is your favorite moment while being at FAU?
My favorite moment being at FAU, I would say probably beating Western Kentucky my freshman year,
Oh,
just
yeah.
because like I still remember this game to the day. It was just very exciting. Like it was just that's when I knew like like these are like my family members because it was just a special moment. Like we fought, came back, won the game, and it was just like when we won, it was just like everybody was just like it was just felt like an unnatural experience. Like it
Yeah.
it just felt like a film. Like it felt like a family did something together, and we all won. And it was just a benefit. So I'll just say the Western Kentucky game my freshman year was just when everything came together, and it was like okay. And that was COVID too, so I felt like that made it even more special.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, there was yeah, it was tough playing football around that time from a lot of the stories that I hear for sure. And man, I know I still got my, even though I'm in Texas now, man, I still got my 407 area code. It's a foodie town. So kind of an off-brand question here, man. What's your favorite food spot back home in Orlando? Or multiple if you need to shout out a few.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw out multiple. I'm gonna have to throw out multiple.
There'll be someone sees this interview that you're gonna get in trouble because you only name one. Like, well, what about,
In Orlando, right off Columbia and Bruder,
Okay.
right from Lee's Market, it's a gas station. They got the best soul food in the world. Like they got yams, they got liver, they got fried chicken, they got turkey wing. Like they got everything. It's like a regular restaurant, but it's just in a gas station. I can't think of the name. You gotta go to the Jerkman mandatory. You gotta go there and get the lemon pepper, garlic, honey wings.
That I have done. I've eaten there, and I give it 2 thumbs up. I've been there about 3 times. I love jerk. I'm a fan.
You got to go to Soul Food Fantasy. They got good stuff. I'll say that. And then the last 2, I'm gonna say you got to go to Golf's.
Okay.
Names, but it used to be called Golf's. It's right on. I think it's on Gore Street. It's right on Gore Street. It's a little ice cream shop. 10 out of 10. Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Amazing. Yeah, one of my favorites is King Cajun. It's off of North Mills Avenue downtown. It's Cajun food, man. That's I go in there.
You got to go to the King of Breakfast. So the King of Breakfast is right on Columbia too. It's by the restaurant that had a soul food. It's right there. It's a pyramid. So you go see a pyramid on the outside. It's beige. You go there. They got everything. They got ham. They got bacon. They got all type of sausages. You got patty, Roger Woods, and you got beef sausages. They got grits, eggs. They got everything on French toast, pancakes. King of the gotta go there. I go there every time. I go to the old.
Speaking my language, man. I love it. I gotta give Orlando's flowers, man. It's such a beautiful city for sure, man. Well, and my last question today as we close out, man. Thank you for again coming on the show, man. It's so great to sit down with you, man. And what do you want NFL teams to know about you that perhaps they may not know about you already?
What I want NFL teams to know about me that they don't know already is just that I'm a hard worker. I'm a genuine guy, and I love football. Like anybody know, they know this. Like I love football, and I love being a part of a team. I love the coach. I love to compete. I just love like everything that goes with football, and that I'm the guy that you want on your team. Because I'm going to push the agenda, whatever the coaches want, like the culture of the team, and I'm going to always work hard and strain. I'm going to always give it my all.
Love it, man. I love it. Dude, Evan, thank you so much for sharing your story with us here today. Like I said before, man, whether you land on my team or not, you got a fan for life, dude. So seriously, man, you're an Orlando legend, and the beginning of your legendary NFL career is just beginning, man. So rooting for you always. Before you go, man, any shout outs?
Yeah, so I want to shout out to Jones High School, Coach Will, Coach Anderson. Also want to shout out to I want to shout out Mom. I want to shout out my granddaddy, my stepdad, my whole family, all my friends. But yeah, I want to give a special shout out to Jones, Coach Corey Fleming, Coach Sal. Those guys showed me cartoon. All the guys that worked me out for free, trained me for free over the years. LGI training, they worked me out for free. Just all the guys that helped me get here. Miss Joyce, Coach Duke, the Edgewater coaching staff. Even though I didn't go there, I was with their staff at Lake Highland. They've been very influential in my life, and they helped me get where I'm at. So I just say everybody that helped me get to where I'm at. If I'm missing anybody, my bad. But those are all the people I can think of right now. All those people helped me get where I'm at. And oh yeah, shout out to Raleigh Street, all the old heads there. That's since I was a kid. That showed me like morals and what to do and how to do stuff. I'll say those guys. Everybody I just named. I might be missing 1 or 2 people, but Coach Jones, my D-line coach. Coach Jones, yeah, he a real one. I don't know how I almost forget him. Coach Jones, Trenchman Academy. Big shout out to him. He helped me get where I'm at. The only D-line trainer I ever worked with in Orlando. And Coach Tiny Evans, he a D-line trainer down here. He helped me out a lot. He worked me out down here. And also, Coach Kevin Patrick, I mentioned him earlier. Coach Majid, Coach Jim Levitt, Coach Tag, Coach Herman, and Coach Rock. Those guys helped me a lot. They helped me push me where I'm at now.
Love it. Hey, you know what they say, man? It takes a village. It takes
Yes,
a village for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Comment below. Let us know how this interview made you feel. Also, give him a follow in the description of this video. His Twitter, Instagram, all the good stuff. Follow the legend. Get inspired. And we'll see y'all next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.